Good to see that.
But I think we have to talk about death a little bit because we might actually disagree on this a little bit. Death in Bioshock is not punishing like at all. Like you basically lose nothing for dying. And so what happens when you die if you haven't played this game, which you probably have? When you die, you go back. Do you know what those things are called? I forget. Chromosphere.
Oh, I don't know. I just think like the magic alcoves that you appear in. I don't
Well,
know.
there's these giant glass tubes in the game that have some sort of, I guess, resurrective liquid. But anyway, if you die, you go back to one of these checkpoints, and they're never really that far back. You don't lose very much progress for dying. So essentially, death is not punishing in Bioshock, and you essentially lose nothing. So my problem with that is that when you have a really tough fight against like a Big Daddy, let's say, you can just keep dying to it. Like there's a lot of times where I could kill the Big Daddy, but maybe I didn't have enough ammo. So I'd just say, okay, I'm just going to unload this clip of my machine gun into the Big Daddy, die, and then come back at it. And the Big Daddy will still have the diminished health when you die. So you can just keep dying and fighting and dying and fighting, and you don't really lose anything. You just eventually end up winning against any adversary.
Yeah, for sure. No, I understand that kind of point. Um, I mean, I think it's like kind of like a balance because you want to make the game enjoyable, but you also want to make it kind of like challenging. I feel like there's a tendency for games to be too punishing, and sometimes that actually is worse. Um, so I don't know. Like I guess maybe they went too far on this end and made dying just essentially like meaningless because yeah you can just like even if like say like you're completely out of money. It's really weird how this works, but like if you're completely out of money and you're completely out of Adam, like all you have is like this kind of like the default like little bit of like like abilities right at the beginning, like when you first spawn, like like you can like when you spawn like you can pop out and you can run up to like say whatever enemy it is like a Big Daddy and you can like swack it like 3 times with your wrench and then like shoot it a few times and then it'll kill you and then you like respawn. But then at that point, the Big Daddy's health is still like a little bit down, and you can just do this like 10 times and then kill it.
Right. And I mean, I think this is actually one of the few things that Bioshock Infinite, maybe we'll do an episode on that one later. I don't know if we're going to get that far. But Bioshock Infinite actually does penalize you. It takes away, it doesn't set you very far back in the game, but it takes away some of your money. And money is like really precious in Bioshock Infinite, so it kind of sucks. So I think that would be like a better, losing money or something would be a better system in Bioshock 1. But at the same time, I do agree. I'm glad I would rather have this system than something like Dark Souls where you just feel like you're just going to get annihilated all the time. So this is a minor complaint. I just think that it could have been done a little bit better.
Yeah,